Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? How y'all doing? Welcome to another edition of the Smoke Lounge. I am your host, Shake Money. And of course, as always, um, Bahana is right. I'll give him his credit. We're going to, for the next 3 hours, talk about how Tua got paid. So if you want to hear how Tua got paid for the next 3 hours, stick around. We're just getting started.
New seasons, new gear. Show the world what it means to be a fan in 100% authentic gear. Fanatics, officially licensed everything.
Also, while we're at it,
get ready to dive into a new world of online shopping with the Fins Tailgate. Whether you're a die-hard sports fan or just looking for the latest fashion trends, we've got you covered. With a wide variety of products from your favorite sports teams to stylish accessories and home decor, we're your one-stop shop for all things tailgate. Our easy-to-use website and hassle-free checkout process make shopping with us a breeze. Plus, with frequent sales and discounts, you won't want to shop anywhere else. So come on in and join the party at the Fins Tailgate, your new go-to destination for all things tailgate.
what's up, man? Hey, listen, I am privileged to be joined by one of my brothers, mi hermanos from the Fins Tailgate. I always got to give this man his proper due. So, with no further ado, let me welcome my man. What's up?
Dímelo, Shake. What's good?
Yeah, voila, man. How's everything?
Chilling, bro. Chilling. You know I wouldn't miss a smoke lounge for nothing in the world, man. So.
Hell yeah, me neither. And check this out, man. We finna finish this. We closing this bitch off at 6:30. I mean 7:30 on the dot, maybe 7:45, because there's a show that I am not gonna fucking miss for nothing.
What show is that, Shake?
Well, over on the Dolphins Talk, which I will be dropping the link. The real legend. I know I say EM is the legend, but the real legend, Finsanity, will be on a ladies' night panel, and I am here for it.
Oh no, well you had it right the first time, Shake. The real legend, the real legend. Yeah, for sure. Finsanity. It's going to be a must-watch show, man. I think the ladies have been doing a great job within the community, and Infansanity is, nothing short of that, right? One of the first ladies in the community. So for sure, I agree.
Shout out to Penn State CB83.
Wait for it, Shake. Hold on real quick. Who?
Hold on. There you go.
Exactly. That. Yeah.
Shout out to Red, White, and Bills. Finstone 80. Finstoner 69. My man Sean. By the way, I'm gonna be doing some Smoke Lounge pre-recorded episodes with Sean this week. Hopefully, context, what's going on? Lewis Medina, Raphael Courtwright, Bahana, what's going on? Long time no see. Lewis, the other Lewis Medina. And man, I appreciate y'all for coming through. So before we get into this chat, this is the training camp brought to you. He's not a paid sponsor, but you know what? It is brought to you by the legendary Chef Jew. So I have a question that I want to pose to you that I heard on Spaces, and we need to address right now. So before we address this, let's pay homage to one of the guys who support us.
What's up, y'all? This is Chef Jew. Looking for a great chef for your next catering party, private party, office party, etc. with welcome watering meals and desserts. Let Chef Jew Catering and Sweet Treats take care of it for you at an affordable price. Call me at 786-804-8096. Also reach me at chefjewcatering@gmail.com. Direct message on Facebook and Instagram at Chef Juice Catering. Chef Juice Catering and Sweet Treats. Food with a passion. We do it all.
I definitely got to shout out my man Scott Jackson in the building. Anthony Manzano. So, all right, check this out. I heard this yesterday, and I what's funny is it was serendipitous because I already thought this before he brought it up. I was listening to Omar Kelly talk about how Omar and Barry Jackson, I believe, not Barry Jackson. I always get those two white guys confused.
Oh,
is it Barry Jackson? Which one's the one that does the show with Dolph Freaky?
Dolph Freaky.
Yeah, Dolph Freaky does a show too. No, I can't think of it. Oh, Beasley. Yeah, it is Barry Jackson. Always confuse Beasley with Barry Jackson. I don't know why, but I always do. But anyway, he was doing a show with Barry Jackson, right? And he was saying how Barry Jackson was saying about how they're singing his praises. Anthony, I'm thinking about the
Weaver.
name, bro. Anthony Weaver's praises, right? And he said, let's pump the brakes because this time last year they were singing Vic Fangio's praises, and before that they were singing the guy that they who they blame for the loss. And what's his name? Damn it, you know what I'm talking about, the defensive coordinator who stayed with us. I don't know, I'm blanking out.
Oh, Josh Boyer.
Josh Boyer, yeah. So at the end of the day, man, look, and then somebody brought this up. He goes, now that I know he's hurt, whatever, but now that he was struggling before he got hurt, and really wasn't seeing too much on the time on the playing field. Is it safe to say that Big Fangio's assessment of Cam Smith was correct, or are we still wanting to see more? And do you think when it's too premature for fans to crown Anthony Weaver right now? Is trying to say what I'm trying to say.
Man, that's a good question.
Because everybody gets praised this time of year. All the coaches get praised this time of year.
Yeah. Listen, I would agree to some of that, Shake. I do think Anthony Weaver is a good coach. You look at the couple years he's been with Baltimore. You look at that D line. I mean, he had some guys there last year specifically that Cal Van Noys of the world and Jadeveon Clowney of the world that for the past couple seasons they were really as productive as they were last year. So I know why everybody kind of gets excited with Anthony Weaver. I'll say this for me. When I look at Anthony Weaver from the talent and the players that we have in our building, I would say the scheme looks like it fits, right? Like some of our players are going to benefit from this attacking kind of style defense, the more aggressive style, kind of what Brian Flores kind of like implemented. So from that standpoint, I know why fans get excited. Now, the question about Cam Smith, it is, I think, you know, because we were talking about that's a very good point, Shake, in the spaces yesterday. Again, the narrative was Vic Fangio just didn't like him. You know, we don't play rookies, all the stuff that we heard last year. And again, you remember last year when some players started going down, Cam Smith didn't get the call. It was Ethan Bonner, right? It was White Lightning.
And before you continue, I just want to point out the fact that the year prior to last, the only rookie that played was Skylar Thompson. That was out of big time necessity because there was no other choice. So
absolutely. But yeah, regarding Cam Smith, bro, like again, last year when injuries started happening, Ethan Bonner got the call up before Cam Smith. Everybody wanted to put that on Vic Fangio. You look at this year, all reports, OTAs, and now training camp that started. Ethan Bonner is ahead of Cam Smith. And Vic Fangio's not in the building. So to your point, Shake, yeah, I think that narrative we can kind of close the book on. I don't know what's going on with Cam Smith. I know he's dealing with some injuries now, but even before the injury, bro, Ethan Bonner was ahead of him. So there is a question mark with Cam Smith. Like, am I ready to label him a bust or a can't miss or like he just I'm not willing to go that far. I do believe the kid has talent. Yeah. But yeah, Shake, that's a good question. And again, bro, I think the narrative about Vic Fangio just not liking him, and that's the reason he didn't get on the field. I think we could put that to bed.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, look, at the end of he's been a consummate pro. He's been in the law, and I say this joking around, but he's been coaching since they fucking had leather helmets. And he's not gonna. I don't think when you're a sought-out coach like Vic Fangio and a well-rounded and well-respected coach, you got that status not by playing favorites, but by playing who's the best, the man for the job. You see Adam Gase. He had favorites. There's lots of reports of saying Adam Gase had favorites, and he's no longer in the fucking league. So play. I think I know it's the coaches that have favorites and their pet pigs or pet class pet whatever. They don't last that long. But being that Vic Fangio, I'm going to give him a little bit more grace because of his status, not only his status in the NFL, but his tenure as well.
Yeah, absolutely, 1,000%, bro. Like. Again, I'm not going to question Vic Fangio's pedigree. I'm not one of these people that are going to come out here and kill the defense last year. Again, players, might have not liked the scheme, or some players might have not liked the scheme or whatever. But for the most part, again, I don't think the defense was bad, bro. This is an offensive game. All the rules are pointed towards the offense, and let's just call it for what it is. The league doesn't want 10-7 games anymore. The league wants 31-28 games. And the Dolphins, they gave up 23 points a game last year. Do we want that number to go down a little bit? Absolutely. But I don't think for the most part, there was 2 games that we got blown out of last year, Shake, right? Yeah. Week 4 at Buffalo, Baltimore kind of got out of the rails. Everything else, the Dolphins were in every game. Now it didn't work out, and there was some blunders here and there. But maybe it's not a popular opinion, Shake, but I'm under the mindset I don't think Fangio was as bad as everybody makes it out to seem. So
yeah,
I'll just leave it at that.
There's a saying that goes, "History is told by the living." So with that being said, I just think the same applies to, history is told by the people that's still in the building.
1000%.
So, but like I said, we moved on from Fangio. I'm looking forward to seeing what Anthony Weaver has to bring to this table. And the other thing that I want to see is what Tua is going to look like under year 3. One thing that CBA3 said that I forgot what show I was doing, but he made a lot of sense that if you look at all the teams with the previous success, for the most part, have been together for a long time. Have had their offensive system and defensive systems in place for a long time. So I think the one good step that we do have forward is that Tua is going to be less thinking and more reactive on his third year.
Yeah, I would agree, bro. I listen, third year in this offense, he should by now have a real strong grasp of the offense. Right now, there's probably some new installs, some new wrinkles here and there, but for the most part, we know what this offense is, and I do believe, again, no, I don't know this for a fact, and we got to see it play out on the field, but I'm kind of with you, Shake. I was looking at some of the odds, just to play around a little bit for MVP, and Tua is plus 2,500 on the Hard Rock Sporting Bets app. That's where I do all my betting, right? In Florida, we got the Hard Rock app. At plus 2,500 odds, bro, I'm not going to lie. I threw a little chunk of change on Tua, right? And it's going to be a nice little payout. Is he going to win it? Again, Shake, if I had a crystal ball and I could predict that Tua was going to win the MVP, I would be at the gas station right now playing the lottery, right? But.
And you'll see Pete's sources. What's up, AB?
I would be able to talk to Pete Source, his gas station attendant, right? But nah, bro. I think this is going to be Tua's best year yet. That's one thing. Whether you like him, whether you dislike him, or whatever, the fact remains, Shake. Every year he's gotten better, and until he shows me otherwise, there's no reason for me not to believe that this year will not be better than the previous. So,
and you know what? The one thing that I would like to point out too is the fact that you look at the best example I could give is the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals had weapons and has a good team in place, but once he left, I mean they were still running, but they weren't running on all cylinders. So that should tell you right there how important the quarterback is, because I think they would have had a better stretch towards the back end of the season had Joe Burrow not went out for the rest. If he was still healthy, I think they would have had who knows. Like you said, we don't have a crystal ball, but I am willing to say that I think they would have made some noise in the playoffs or had a better seeding, or had Joe Burrow stayed healthy. And as a matter of fact, as a result, it made whoever the backup quarterback look good, and I think that's the same thing that happened with Miami. The offense doesn't look the same when Tua isn't under center, and that's just the facts.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Listen, anybody's first quarterback, the first string quarterback goes down, the starter, that team is going to look different, right? Like, if Josh Allen goes down, you think Mitchell Trubisky is going to be able to do everything that Josh Allen can do? No. The 49ers, they've always had a good team, but when their starter went down, yeah, they could, maybe keep their head above water, but it wasn't like when the starter was in. It goes without saying. There's a reason that it's a starter, backup, third string, right? Like the reason there's a pecking order is for that reason. So, listen, at this point, Shake, I know there's injury concerns with Tua and injury concerns from the overall Dolphin team, right? But it's a contact sport, bro. Like every team deals through injury. You brought up Joe Burrow 2 years ago. Lamar Jackson was hurt. Like, guys get hurt, bro. Aaron Rodgers last year, he got hurt. Like, it just happens. So
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to somebody the other day, Shake. I'm gonna be honest. For me, injuries is not really a concern anymore with Tua. I don't know why that is. And again, it could just be me. I could
Yeah.
be the majority there. Like,
No,
and I could
I could
be
agree with you, and I'll give you a list of reasons why, but continue.
right. No, I'll finish with this. Like, I'm just for me, I'm so far removed away from Tua getting hurt. I just it's not even in the back of my mind. Now he could come out week one and get hurt, right? But I'm
Mm-hmm.
not thinking about that. Like years 1 and 2, I was like, oh shit, Tua just got hit. Is he gonna get up? Even now, like if I see Tua getting hit this year or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna have that feeling, right? Like it just so injuries for me, I'm not really concerned, but I would love to
Yeah.
hear your reasoning why you said you don't really think of the Tua's injuries.
Well, for the first part, since college, so from being as a sophomore, because he started his freshman year, his first throw, but his first starting season, we're talking from his sophomore year to now, right? If you look at his injuries, a lot of them were sprained ankle here, wrist, finger. There were minor injuries. There were nothing like what Joe Burrow is facing, or torn ACLs or torn MCLs or anything like that. He only had two career-ending injuries, which is the hip and, of course, the concussion, which is something that it doesn't matter who you are. That's you're playing in a car wreck. It's the chances of you getting a concussions are very high. But since then, he's only had small injuries. They take him out for a week or two. It's nothing season ending. So and of course, people forget to leave out that the fact that his ankle injuries, he got the tightrope surgeries were elective. So he really didn't need to get those surgeries, but he got them to help strengthen his ankles, so for future to make sure it's strengthened so he doesn't fuck it up in the future. So the way I look at it from that landscape, he didn't the concussion year, he didn't get any injuries, not even a finger got hurt. Unfortunately, it was a concussion, but other than that, yeah, he never really got hurt after he came back from that Baltimore game. Nothing, no tissue injuries. So that's the perspective I look at it from.
Yeah, no, for sure, bro. Again, I think this is gonna be Tua's best year yet. I think I think the team, this is probably gonna be the best year yet. I just think we're poised. And again, call it luck, call it faith, call it whatever. I think that Bills window, I'm not going to say is a completely shut, because I'm not one of these fans that's just going to shit on everybody. I do believe Josh Allen has talent. I do believe he's a top tier guy, right? He can make all the throws. He makes things happen and stuff. I just don't believe in the overall team in Buffalo, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
they can try to pretend to themselves that they got better. They did not. They got worse, right? You're not telling me you're losing your number one and number two options at receiver. You're not losing your all pro center. You're not losing defensive guys on the defensive side of the ball. And you're not going to tell me that you're getting better. And realistically, when I look at it, that's who Miami has to deal with. We're better than the Patriots, and I don't care how many of us dumb Dolphin fans wants to believe in Aaron Rodgers, the man that's played 22 years and has won Super Bowl, the man that used to collapse in Green Bay. Like, don't tell me he's coming to the Jets and going to win it all. And it's funny that the Dolphin fans, Shake, would tell us that, when all I hear from us Dolphin fans is, well, the Dolphins haven't won a playoff game in 24 years. What has the Jets ever done?
Mm-hmm.
So no,
Well, besides
bro.
get to the AFC Championship back in back in 2000, so they have.
Yeah,
That's pretty
well,
much it.
even the sun shines on the dog's ass from time to time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All I know is, for me, the Dolphins are not competing. We haven't been competing for the past couple of years with the Jets and New England. I think we're competing with Buffalo, and I just believe that Miami is better than Buffalo this year. I got Miami winning this division.
Yeah, I agree.
So I do think we'll be hosting playoff games this season. And
Mhm.
again, bro, like call me a homer, call me what you want, but that's just how I see it.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did Tua get injured his rookie year? I don't think he got injured. He got pulled, but
I
he never got
I
he
don't
never got
yeah,
injured.
I
So
don't think he got
technically, he had
injured.
he's had 2 healthy seasons. So
Yeah, I don't think he got injured. I think he got pulled, but I
mhm,
don't think he got injured.
exactly. So, oh man. So what do you finger injury? That's what it was. Oh yeah, finger injury his rookie year. Again, see what I'm telling you? Small. It's not really.
Yeah,
Yeah, he missed him
yeah,
one game, 2 games,
when I
whatever.
think of injuries, bro, I think of like broken ligaments and bones and shit like that that's keeping you off the field. Like a finger, yeah, I'm not worried about it.
Hmm.
But I mean, for the context, I get it.
Yeah, it was also in 2021. Yeah, because I remember his rookie year, he missed the Jets the first game. Yeah, he didn't miss the Jets game. He didn't miss the Jets. Um, and he also had a finger in his second year too. But that shit happens. Skylar Thompson had the same thing his rookie year too. Remember against Minnesota, or was it, I forgot? No, was it against the Jets? Was it? Yeah, it was Minnesota. And then Teddy Bridgewater had to finish the game. That's what it was. So hey, what do you think of? I'm hearing about the snap issues with the center to quarterback. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that shit happens. I think, and Teron Armstead, it was either today or no, it had to be yesterday after practice or whatever. But he did an interview, and he basically said that he's already talked to Tua. Tua's, him and Brewer are working at things. But again, bro, he just got into the building. The
Yeah.
training camp has just started. What this with that we've had 3 days of training camp.
Mm-hmm.
Like, remember we had bad snaps with Connor Williams as well. We
Yep.
had bad snaps with Liam Eichenberg. It happens. It takes a little time. I don't think this is a big, big issue like everybody's making it seem. Like it's an issue,
Yeah,
right?
no
Like
doubt.
okay, cool. But I do think that it's not an issue where everybody should be jumping off a cliff. I think things like that can get worked on. Just like a quarterback throwing to his receivers, right? If the timing is off a little bit, and the throw could be off a little bit. It's just timing and working at it. And I do think Tua, Anthony, or Brewer, and Liam. I heard Jack Driscoll's been taking a couple snaps at center. I think they'll figure it out, man. Those are things you work on. So I'm not as worried as everybody else is. It's a concern, but again, Shake, I'm not jumping off the bridge.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think like one thing I would say is just make a note of it and see if they've improved by the preseason, 1 or 2, see how it's progressed or how it's gotten worse. But again, I think that's why they get to pay big bucks for, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, and another topic that I want to talk about is the receiving room. We already have the first 2, obviously the first 3 penciled in. Is it safe to say that Waddle, Hill, and Odell Beckham are etched in stone at this point? We're just battling out to see who gets the rest.
Yeah. Listen, I would say for me, I'm even gonna throw the 4th wide receiver. I think Malik Washington is a lot to make the football team, and I think he is number 4 on the depth chart. But I'm with you. We already know the first 3. There's been some reports that Odell has been in the building. He's actually been on the field. Things that I've seen, he was sprinting, and they say he looks very, very fast out there. So that's encouraging for Odell. I don't think, he might be dealing with some nagging things here and there, but I think for the most part, this has been the plan that Miami has had for Odell the whole time. They're kind of slow playing him. But I would say, yeah, Shake, for me, that there's 4, bro. I think Malik Washington is a lot, and I think he's your 4th receiver. So,
by the way, Mo wants to know if this is a panel. I'm sending him the link, so he's definitely one of those. They could get an invitation. I'm trying to keep it. Mo Sauces. I sent him a link via Twitter. If you want to come on and join the panel, you may come up, join us. I'm trying to keep the panel small, man, so we could actually stay on subject.
Yeah, I know this morning I was on Miss Finn's going in and out throughout work. But Miss Finn's had a great show, and she went a little bit longer than she usually does. I think it was a little bit over 6 hours. But the conversation was great over there, Shake. But it's funny. One of the times I had dropped off, I hit a bad area. And then when I came back on, I was listening before I jumped back on, and she said Sharif was backstage. And, she was doing some things like putting up slides and stuff. So she said she couldn't see him. And for me, I'm just wanted to throw this out there. I think that was the best thing that she could have ever did was not see him in the back. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, I'm hoping that I'm doing open panel Friday.
Well, for the people that like to hear my voice, be glad Shake does a Wednesday show because I definitely won't be on Friday.
That's what's up.
But it's
man,
not because of you, Shake.
I understand. Yeah, I understand. Man. Listen, man. I always listen. You know me. I always try to give people a voice, even if I don't agree with them. That's the gift and the curse I have.
Hey, man, you are.
That's a gift and a curse.
Shake, you are a special man in this community, bro, and this community needs guys like you. So, again, brother, I think I think I can speak safely for a lot of people in this community that you are well needed or much needed in this community, bro. You do a great job, so. I
appreciate you, man. That's what's up. I appreciate that, and means a lot coming from you. And like I said, man, when I tried to come up here, I try to do what El Capitan would do, and El Capitan does the same thing. I like how he's very
who?
El Capitan, El Capitan, the Jefe.
Never heard of him.
Oh man, so are you doing this too? Oh, hold on, damn it. Oh. Who?
I didn't know El. You talking about El Capitan from the Finn's tailgate?
Yeah, that's the man.
Oh, I didn't even know he still was employed here, bro. I didn't even know that.
Hey, we got some sauces in this building. What's going on, Mo?
What's up? Hey, Lou, he's actually, from the last time I checked, he's like holed up in a bathroom, got his whole office set up there. We're trying to get him removed from the building, but we can't. We haven't been able to get no traction.
Boys? How's everybody doing this evening?
I didn't know Cap still worked here, man. Salute to Cap, man.
What's good with y'all, boys, man? I just wanted to see what's up with y'all. How's everything going?
Everything's good, man. How you doing?
Good?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Looking forward to Saturday, bro. I'll be out there at the stadium to see what's going on for the scrimmage. What y'all think about this Willie Snead pickup? Is there a problem or is it a camp body? I think it's a camp body, bro.
Yeah. I think. If I may say real quick, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I think what I don't think the people are mad of Snead, but I think they're mad because, and again, maybe I don't agree with, but that's their prerogative. But I think the more frustration comes from the fact that we're not addressing O-line, and we have a bunch of receivers, and we're just stockpiling receivers. But you got to remember. Dude, during the season, you could be down to damn one receiver, two receivers healthy. So you never know how the season is going to shake out as far as injuries are concerned.
I think Willie Snead's going to be a camp body. I think we could probably cut him even from the practice squad, bro. Like, real talk. Go ahead, Lou. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. You're good, Mo. You're good. I was actually going to ask you a question, Mo. Now again, no pressure. I know, I've maybe been told a couple things. Are the streets talking on your end, Mo? A little
Well,
bit.
I
Have
was
you?
told there could be O line help on the way, bro. There could be O line help on the way. I've heard something.
I've heard the
Now,
same
now,
thing.
now, 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 now. The question is, are you willing to give up picks for an O line help? Or are we gonna see if the shake or if the tree falls loose and he gets out? Are you gonna do that?
Um,
Because I'm thinking about somebody else. What I'm thinking about is somebody totally different that people are not talking about. Because you guys got to like put things in a broader perspective. Who, what's to say, what guards are out there maybe on their last year or last 2 years in their deal that's got next year not like not guaranteed, kind of like a situation like Tyreek. You got to look beyond. You know what I'm saying? Not just in your own backyard, not what's out there on the street, what's out there on the NFL streets on different rosters and stuff like that. But go ahead, Lou.
well, it's funny you brought that up, Mo, because there's a name and just some things that I'm hearing. Now, this guy is on another roster right now, but when you look at him, he is still fairly young. And to your point, Mo, and I think me and you might be talking about the same guy. He's only on a 1 year deal. So if that's the case, if Miami, let's say, was to make a move, he would definitely be in Miami this season, and then we would have to try to re-sign him
Correct.
if he was right. So I'm with you. I think me and you are kind of hearing the same name at this point.
Yeah, bro.
I,
I haven't been on the Twitter street. I haven't been on the Twitter streets, bro. I just been chilling, bro. I've been working and dealing with a situation with family. But yeah,
right.
I've heard some things pop up, bro. But I don't know, bro. Are we really gonna give us some like? We're not talking about. It's not gonna be as cheap people think, bro. We're gonna have to pay some. We're gonna have to give up a pick. It's not that cheap. You know what I'm saying? I don't think.
I would say this, Mo. If it was me, if let's say that certain team was asking for a second round pick, third round pick, no, I'm not making that investment. I don't think.
Correct.
But
Exactly.
if I could throw in maybe a fifth, and let's say a player or something like that, I think I would be willing to invest again. If
I
the
think you had a serious conversation. I think the serious
absolutely
conversation is at the third round pick. And then you see what you can do. If they're saying a third, you could be like, yo, a fifth, conditional fourth. What you talking about? Whatever. Like, it's not just something that can be done overnight. It's not something that's going to be easy like that. I think it's more complex than that because, you already know.
right. No, I get you. Listen,
And now I didn't come up here and say nothing about sauces or anything. It's funny how you just asked me out of the blue, and it's like, yeah. Like, how we can just kind of have this kind of conversation.
None of us have a clue of what you guys are talking about.
Me and Lou know. If you know, you know.
Yeah, that's great. That does nothing for the show.
yeah. Listen, at this point, I don't want to drop any name,
No
but
doubt.
I'm not allowed. See, I was told I'm not allowed to drop any type of. I'm not supposed to talk about shit. So, there's receipts out there. Let's just say I was told something this morning and I let it be known to certain individuals in the chat, and people know there is a receipt out there.
and likewise, Mo, I would say that as well. When I heard some information, I reached out to a a few people just to throw flyers out
So
there. And
I don't know.
say,
I don't know
guys,
when you got. I don't know when you got the information or whatever. But I heard something late last night. So, and then, I let it, I just said, hey, there could be something, in the works. I said it in a chat this morning, like around 7:15-ish, 7:20-ish, having a group discussion. So if it does happen, there's some people that knew. I didn't say the names on the chat. I'm not trying to give out names, and I was told I'm not supposed to talk about it, like real talk.
Well, again, there's certain people I trust, so I told those individuals, and they know who they are. I might tell a certain few. I did put a name on the person I heard to a couple people just to get a feeler. I'll say this, and this is the last thing I'll say about this certain individual. If it was this person, let's say because I do believe at the end of the day, I do believe Miami is looking to invest in the O-line, whether it's via trade or roster cuts when guys get eliminated off other rosters. I do believe help will be on the way. But if the specific guy I'm talking about, doing my research when I heard, because to your point, Mo, when I heard it, it was this morning, early this morning, right? I started doing some research, homework on this certain individual.
So before you go on, can I just tell you this right now, everybody? It's out of left field. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Right, Lou? It's out of left field, right?
I mean, I haven't heard anyone bring him up. Yeah, for sure.
Hey, by the way, real quick, I just want to, I'm gonna post it again, but just want to get your attention. At 8:00, Finsanity 5 will be on the ladies panel. Here's the link if you want to go through and again show Finsanity some love. She supports the community, and I think it's going to be a great episode to watch.
Salute Finsanity. That's the homie.
Oh yeah. I'm glad she didn't stay out of. I'm glad Miss Fins talked her out of retirement. Oh man, what do you think of the defensive side of the ball, Mo?
I was about to say, hey Lou, say we do make this move, right? Now, how comfortable are you with our front seven now? What we're hearing, me personally, supposedly everything is good and sounds great. I'm one of the individuals that are under the pressure that maybe that it's more the competition situation with our O-line just stinking it up. So I would like to add another piece somewhere in the front seven. Me personally.
Well, I remember this time last year, Christian Wilkins was looking like a all-pro against this offense.
I think he's for me. I think the D line has a good rotation. Would I be mad if they added another guy? I would not. But I don't think where we are today talking on this panel at 7:15 Eastern, I don't think D line is a major concern for the Miami Dolphins at this point. Because listen, I know a lot of people were kind of taking shits on them last year and stuff, but in a very limited role, Emmanuel Ogbah, bro, had 5.5 sacks. And if you all reports and people that have been to training camps and stuff, they say he looks unblockable. Now, to your point, Mo, that just could be because the offensive line in Miami, right? We don't know. But I just think, remember, under this kind of same scheme, right, that Anthony Weaver, this aggressive style, Emmanuel Ogbah was very productive in a defense like this. His two best years in the NFL came with a defense like this. So when I look at it, everything so far has been good with Chop. Mo Camara had a good day once the pads came on. You got Ogbah still. Calais Campbell can play inside and outside. And I think Jalen Phillips, not so much Bradley Chubb. I think we kind of know he's not going to be ready for the start of the season. But I'm still holding out hope that Jalen Phillips, again, I don't think he's going to be on the PUP list, right?
You're right. It's my PTSD kicking in, bro. You're right.
By the way, who was Lama Bob too? I can't remember. I don't know. Refresh my memory.
I don't know who that is. I just think Jalen Phillips, he might not play week 1. Hell, he might not play week 2, but I think Jalen Phillips is going to be closer to being ready. I don't think we're going to put him on the PUP and have to wait like 5 to 6 weeks to see him. I could be wrong, but that's just my assessment.
I think we're going to be cautious to put him on the PUP for the first 4 games. I think we're going to be cautious.
I'm concerned about
first 4 games. I'm not going to lie. That first 4 games seem to, as of right now, seems like a little.
I'm not gonna lie though, Lou. When you look at the guy's leg compared to the other one, man, he's still got quite a ways to go when it comes to building that muscle back up, bro. It's atrophied pretty good, man.
Real quick, I'm dropping this link for Ahmad Bob. I think I know who he is. So please, this is just for him.
I mean, if he's already in the spot where he's not feeling any pain and he can put real pressure on the tendon, then it's just a matter of how long it takes to build back that muscle in his calf, dude. Like his leg is.
We just gotta worry about his cuts. If he could plant and cut, you know.
Hey, Raphael saying my audio is low. Do I sound fine to y'all, or am I low?
I mean, it's a little. It's a little, but I could try to mic it up a little bit. Let's see.
I think you sound good to me. You sound perfect.
Right.
You don't sound too low. Maybe because it'd be the feed.
Yeah,
No, it's probably just you're on a cell phone, right, Lou?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
sometimes they can be a little lower than others, but keep yourself off mute for a second so I can try to mic you up.
Oh, okay. Yep.
All right, how's everybody doing?
What's going on, Mr. Polk? How you doing?
Do I sound better now?
Same to me, but we'll see what the audience
says. Yeah.
I mic'd it up, but sometimes it like the cell phones are a little tricky because they like to take back control, and they don't let StreamYard control it. Like, so I'll have to like keep chasing it until it locks it in.
According to Jack, mine a little low, but not much.
I think we're gonna get a good sense of where we're at once we have that joint practice session and see where we stand against the team, and then we'll go from there.
That's what's up. Oh man. So
we already got a preseason game next Friday?
No, tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow?
Mm-hmm. No, not preseason.
The first one. Not us, not the Dolphins, but the first game.
Is tomorrow the Hall of Fame game? Is that what it is?
Tomorrow's the Hall of Fame game. Saints and Bears.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Pretty good. And yourself?
Good. Just don't say where we know each other from. That's all I got to say. Okay. Anyway, what's going on?
Pretty good. I got a question. Do you guys think this is a? Let me think about it.
Go for it. We'll be talking, and when you're ready to ask, just jump on in. All right.
All right.
No. AB. Caleb is not playing. Actually, the head coach Matt Eberflus for the Bears said he's not playing not one single starter tomorrow. So it's all backups for the Bears tomorrow.
But hey, I'm Bob. I know who you are. So how you doing, man? How's everything over there?
Dude, it's going pretty good actually, but I'm concerned about November and December. Even though we gave him the big contract.
Yeah, but you know what's funny is, you know, under Brian Flores, he had he did good in November, December. So, you know, that leads me to the question: is it really Tua or is it Brian Flores? I mean, Mike McDaniels, because how can he have success under one coach and then have failures on another?
Why did you eat lunch so late? Tell you the truth.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, crazy. Go ahead.
No, with me, it's not. You know, some people have misconception that it's just Tua that's causing our problem. It's the whole offense. It's the whole offense, and sometimes Mac McDaniels not getting the plays in fast enough, or making the wrong plays, or not sticking sometimes with the running game, or whatever's offensive scheme that's making us that makes us more successful. So let's not just blame it on Tua. I'm getting tired of just hearing just Tua. It's not just Tua.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you, Mr. Polk.
And I'm saying
on that note, though, I would only say that there's one group that cannot be blamed whatsoever, and that's the running back room
and the defense.
Yeah, can we at least say that the running backs are zero of the problem?
Because you know I think that's the difference between whatchamacallit, Brian Flores and Mike McDaniels is Brian Flores never abandoned the running game for the most part.
Mm-hmm. And I noticed this the past 2 seasons, and I'm not sure if you guys seen it too. That we're still having communication issues with like the audio, because I saw Tua multiple times last season complaining that he couldn't hear anything. Like he kept on pointing to his helmet all the time, saying, "I can't hear anything. I can't hear anything." Like communication wise, he when he would get to the sideline, he would go to McDaniel and say, "I can't." He was pointing to his helmet, saying, "I couldn't hear anything." Did you see that too?
Well, we know on the road teams have cut off like communication, right? Like we might not think
even
it
at
goes
home.
on. Well, and I knew you were going to say that, Anthony. Listen, for me, on this panel, I've been to home games. I know Mo goes to home games, color, shake, right? A lot of us have been there. Even at home, bro, when the offense is on the field, our fan base is loud as hell. It seems to be always loud in Miami anyway.
We don't seem to know how to fan properly at the stadium, Lewis.
Right, like
It gets loud.
I'm not making no excuse, right? I think there has to be some hand signals or something has to get done. I would tend to agree with you. I'm just saying, again, when we have these conversations, for me, where it lands is we always try to make and I'm not saying you did, Anthony. I'm just saying it sounds like it's always a Dolphin problem or a Tua problem or something. For me, when I look at communication, I see other teams go through that. Like when I'm not watching the Dolphins, our game is over or we haven't played yet or we're playing at 4 o'clock or Monday night, I see other teams or other quarterbacks saying they can't hear or whatever. So I just think it's a league-wide problem.
Yeah, and the other thing, Lou, is, I know when it happens and it affects the play negatively, it's easier to have that in your brain and think that it's a huge problem, right? But you got to realize that look, I'm looking at Tua's passing last year. He had 388 passing attempts. So now add the running plays, and you're talking about what, 1,000, close to 1,000 offensive plays for each team, and how and a communication issue might happen 3 times. But when it happens, it usually screws up things and it burns into our memory.
What
I mean? I don't think it's as rampant as people are. I literally have never witnessed it that I can remember. I can't remember.
Lewis, what I'm talking about is even when
happened.
let me clarify what I mean by communication issues. I've seen even when the play is successful.
He's talking about technical issues.
Technical issues.
Yeah, technical issues where
he's talking about
actually
electronic
pointing
issues
to his helmet, like the actual.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's technology, and when you talk about close to 1,000 plays run for each team, it's actually pretty good that it only happens a couple times. My point is, when it happens, it usually we're aggravated by it, even if it's a good play. You're aggravated. That's why you're bringing it up right now, right? So
yeah, am I blowing it out of proportion?
It probably doesn't happen as often as people think.
Am I blowing it out of proportion, you think?
No. I'm saying that's natural to feel that way when it happens. It's a problem. But I really don't I can't remember even myself watching a game and even realizing that happened.
But
real quick though, Mr. Pug, I haven't heard from my man. I haven't heard from him in a while. What else how do you feel about the team overall, Bob?
I'm optimistic till November. Yeah, I have to wait till November to see what happens, because every year we get excited. We're gonna say stuff is gonna happen, and they just fall apart.
Yeah, this year I put it on myself. I'm not having no expectations. I'm gonna let this shit ride and see what happens.
Well, Shake, me said on other platforms, same thing with me. I'm just waiting.
Yeah.
The other thing about communication that's not technical, Jermaine's pointing out, the problem is McDaniel not getting plays out in time. This is stuff that is, I know I hate to say, because I'm not one that I don't like to make excuses. Y'all know me, but this, I forget who it was. It might have been Mr. Ballgame that is consistently said about our offense in the West Coast and Mike McDaniel and the offensive line and everything, that whether people think we're in a Super Bowl window or not, these things take time to gel, and it takes a while to work it all out and all the bugs, brand new coach, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, all that. And he's been right about that. I just don't like to fall on that. In this case, with the communication issues, like the West Coast, the language McDaniel's trying to implement for the team is complex. Once it's memorized and understood, it's easy, but it does take time. And that's why we have a lot of like delays in getting plays in and all that. The verbiage is quite extensive.
Can
Keep
I
it
ask
simple,
can I
stupid.
can I
And
can I
and it's like real quick. I just thought because I was thinking of an analogy. It's like you notice that you have a crappy cell phone provider, right? Right,
Mhm.
and you really don't notice the drop calls until they're freaking, like, for instance, you it's an emergency and you got to talk to that person. Drop call. You be like, God damn
Exactly.
it, I need to switch providers.
That goes for even good providers, Shake. Like
Yeah.
we get a drop call and we
See.
forget how many minutes we've talked throughout the year that were not dropped.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
it's like
color,
you're
I was
talking
actually
less than 1% in reality that you actually get a drop call.
Yeah. And it's like, for instance, the drop call that you don't switch provider. You know, the minute you switch providers is when it drops on an important call that you actually need it. You're like, fuck it, I'm
Right.
switching.
No, what pisses me off is it always, when you start to get in the blender, it always seems like it lets you come back on until you're getting to the actual point you were trying to make, and then it starts cutting off again. That shit pisses me off, man.
Yeah.
But hold on real quick. Lewis had something to say. You were going to say something, Lewis? And then you can go, Tony.
No, go ahead, Shay. Late Tony, I'll come right back.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
No, but I can't remember. I was watching a coach breaking down both the Shanahan scheme, both the Shanahan McDaniel scheme, and he says if you're having these communication issues, he uses this phrase: "Keep it simple, stupid." Like
Mhm.
if you're having these constantly having these issues, calling plays, and having the play go in on time.
Mhm.
Keep the
So-
verbiage simple.
So have a contingency. In other words, have a contingency plan.
Right. And that's no different than if your quarterback is having a problem being on target in the beginning of the game. You start calling shorter passes, get him those completions, get him feeling that rhythm of completing the ball. Then you start getting back to the more complex verbiage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and
Hey,
I've
I
always
got a
said this with
question.
McDaniel. He has the glitch he has that Shanahan glitch where they have to be the smartest man in the room and they don't want to listen to anybody and stuff like that.
Well, no, listen. John Gruden used to call plays, and they used to be long and stuff. That man won a Super Bowl. At that point, everybody just has to do a better job of the communication aspect. McDaniel
Correct.
to Tua to the team listening to Tua and executing the play. But I got a question, right? And Cutler, by chance, are you by your computer or
I am.
anybody for that? Okay. So I hear Bob, and it's a legitimate concern, right? He has to wait till November. I've heard people say November and December, and again, I want to. It's valid. I just want to ask a question. Color, when we played Baltimore last year, I believe it was Week 15. Can you give me an actual date on that game?
The Baltimore game?
January
Yes, sir.
1st. January 1st. It was January
All right.
1st.
Okay, so January
We'll go with that.
1st.
Or the
January
31st. It was the 31st. So it was the 31st.
Okay, so,
New Year's Eve.
Okay, so December 31st, we played the Baltimore Ravens, right? So that's all of November and basically all of December, because we're talking about December 31st. The Miami Dolphins went into that game. Again, it didn't work out. We played like dog shit. I know all the narrative. Tua didn't look good. I get it, right? We walked into that game, though, with a chance to win the game and be the overall number
11-4,
seed
bro.
in the conference. Not in
11-4. We walked in that bitch, Lou. 11-4, dog.
We had a chance to be the number 1 overall seed. That doesn't sound like a team that was collapsing in November and December. They had a bad game. They played bad in Baltimore, right? They didn't show
And
up.
to that, I would just
You know what's
advise.
crazy, Lou? We walked in that game where even if we won and the Bills beat us the next game, we were still a number 1 seed. All we had to do was beat Baltimore. It didn't matter.
Well, we could have helped that with Tennessee. It wouldn't have been a problem with Baltimore if we did
1000%.
our job in Tennessee against Tennessee. But that aside, Lou, I'm gonna stand in for crypto right now, and I'm gonna adjust the semantics. Okay, I'm not playing semantics. I'm just going to adjust them so that way we don't have to go down. Because you're right. You're absolutely right when you're talking about we got plenty of wins in November, December last year. What I think has happened over time as the season, because of adding the 17th game and, all of the more fanfare involved with postseason and all that, the season is actually later now. You know what I mean? What used to be November, December is now December, January. You see what I'm saying? And so if people want to adjust what they're talking about so we don't have to clarify that again down the road, we could just say late season collapse, because it really doesn't apply to November, December anymore. We're in week 10 still in November now. You know what I mean?
Right. But even then, if I hear late season collapse, okay, cool. All I know though, late season is the last game of the season then, because at the last game
fair
of the
enough,
season,
but at least we're framing the debate in the proper way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the premise of the debate though is still off, because if we're talking about a late season collapse, it doesn't sound to me that a team at week 18, right, last game of the season, has a chance to win their division and be the overall number 2 seed.
Well, that's
in the
true.
conference.
That's
you
true.
cannot tell me there's a collapse there. How are they collapsing?
Except that we lost that game.
And that again, but that's not a collapse. That's just a bad game color.
Well,
you see what I'm saying?
I mean,
That's
that's where some people might have a differing opinion. That's all I'm saying.
We had a bad 3-game stretch.
Hey, by the way, real quick, speaking of semantics, I haven't Crypto's and I'm on here, but I was waiting for him to come on here. But I just want you to know, because I'm gonna be shutting this down in about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. I'm gonna let it ride the most, I just want to remind people Saturday night at midnight, Sunday morning. If that's that Crypto. There he is.
Crypto's like, ain't nobody gonna speak for me.
I'm glad you're here, Crypto, because you're just in time.
Here we go.
No, I ain't listened to none of the show earlier. I just got out of the cesspool.
I understand, but no, I'm making the announcement. You just came in just in time. I spoke you into existence, Crypto. Saturday night at midnight, Sunday morning, Crypto gave a fire list, a great list, I may add. Top 10 quarterbacks. He will be giving it. He'll be giving it to the to the Fins Tailgate of the YouTube world. His top 10 quarterback for last year and his top 10 overall quarterback list this Saturday night. And I am excited for it. Right, Crypto?
Absolutely. You're gonna have the most unbiased, in-depth analysis on the position in the rankings.
Hell yeah.
I would advise everybody.
It's gonna be fun.
I would advise everybody, if you have a strong book to read, go and
the most objective conversation and in-depth analysis on quarterbacks.
Hey, like I said,
I'm going to give you a marathon career review, and I'm going to give you a 30-second microwave society view of the quarterbacks.
Shake Money or Color. Where can you get a good book these days? Public library, Barnes and Noble. Where?
I use Audible, bro.
Barnes and Noble's outdated.
It's totally opened my whole mind, bro, because I don't fall asleep reading
Audible
anymore.
It's better. Yeah.
Hey Lou, can I say something, Lou?
Amazon would be the place to go, because they are literally that's what they started as, was a book dealer, an online book dealer.
Hey,
by the
Lou.
way, thank you. Thank you. Hold on, real quick. Thank you, Sean, for pointing that out to me. Yeah, I freaking hate. It was scheduled for September 1st when for tomorrow, which is supposed to be September. It's supposed to be August. August. I want to say August 4th, maybe. Yeah, August 4th. So sorry about that. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate you. Go ahead, Go ahead,
Go ahead,
Mo.
Mo.
But I would recommend
I
the
was
fall of the
go ahead. Go
the
ahead.
rise and fall of the Roman Empire by Edward Gibbon. That might take that'll definitely pass your time.
Yeah.
So if
Definitely
we really
take.
do this,
It'll be a
what do
quick
you really
one.
think the implications are going to be? I personally don't think it's going to happen, bro. I think we're going to sit on our hands. Me personally, but if we do this, you really think it's going to be? You really think it's going to be just a 1-year rental, or you think we're just going to end up coughing up bread right away?
Who y'all talking about, Mo?
I don't know what Mo's talking about.
Well,
He ain't gonna tell you, Mr. Bo.
well,
1-year rental.
when we go backstage, I'll kind of, I'll tell you what I've heard. Right.
Well, let's
What,
talk about
somebody
an
saying it for a
actionable
1-year
name
rental?
though that may or may not be in the cards because I'm cynical here. I'm gonna play the
Mhm.
cynical one. Miami's gonna
Uh,
go get a project just like we always do. We're gonna get a similar type of offensive lineman that we got right now, a guard that could possibly play center, a
Yeah, more
guy
or less.
that that's already kind of didn't really show what he needed to show, but might need a change of scenery type. A guy that's getting beaten out in camp right now by a couple rookies in Baltimore, and that's Ben Cleveland. Because
yeah.
that's more likely what something like the Dolphins are going to do. And the Ravens beat writers a couple months ago had pegged Miami as a possible landing spot if Ben Cleveland didn't take the next step in Baltimore
My
that they
bad,
were
y'all.
wanting to take.
Yeah, I would.
Now,
Literally, as I
real
was
quick
talking some
update
shit, I
on that.
lost.
Hold on 1 second, Mo. An update on that. I read an article posted just 2 days ago, I believe, that is confirming that Ben Cleveland is not taking that next step and beating out those rookies and likely will be cut or whatever by the Ravens
Right.
sometime during camp.
I've heard you bring up Ben Cleveland a couple times. I would definitely think that, and again, I think the Ravens beat writers, to your point, kind of tipped their hand a little bit and said Miami. They kind of pegged Miami in that situation. For me, the guy I'm talking about, or the guy I heard about, it would be a trade. So it's not Ben Cleveland. I
Right,
think
you're
Correct.
talking more of a premium guy, and that's why I was taking the
I
cynical approach
wouldn't
of
say
bringing up Cleveland.
I wouldn't say premium. I wouldn't go as that for saying premium.
Oh, okay, but let's say higher value. You know what I mean?
Principal maybe
A guy
can be
with
way better than we have
a guy
available
with
to us
less,
now.
right? A guy with less questions than Ben Cleveland, right?
Well, the guy that I'm talking about, he's been a starter in this league, bro. Like
Correct.
he's been a starter. He's not again. I'll agree with Mo in this. And we're talking about the same guy. He's definitely not the premium. He's not going to be your top 10 guard. But when you look at the landscape of what Miami has now, as much upside as maybe people think of Liam Eichenberg or a Jack Driscoll or Robert Jones or whatever, this guy I'm talking about
Right.
is definitely an upgrade over those guys. And
All
that's,
right.
I would say, hey Lou, you know what I'll put him at? Think about it. You got 32 teams, right? And you got basically on 32 teams, you have 2 guards starters. Oh, shut up. But never mind. But yeah, there's basically if he can range anywhere from, let's just say, a top 15 to 25 guard. Top 15 to 25 person at his position. I think that would do way more serviceable to us than what we have. You know what I'm saying?
So are we talking?
Yeah,
Are we
for
talking
sure.
another guard to be able to slide Liam back to taking main center duties, or are we
I don't
talking
know.
about a guard
I
that
don't
we
know.
can convert to
I
center?
slipped on it. So
No,
Well,
I'm talking in guard and because Ben Cleveland is a guard too. You know what I
Right.
mean? So,
Right.
but there was some thought that he's played center before. So typical our program lately has been to take anybody and see what we can do with him anywhere on the line. You know what I mean?
will you think that'd be a fair assessment though to put him in the 15 and 25 or 15 to 30, Lou?
Yeah, I think that's definitely fair. I'll say this, right? And this is just a little clue for everybody. If you look at the way the offensive line is built now, Aaron Brewer on the smaller size, a guy that can get out in the open space and great in the run aspect, not so great in the pass blocking, right? Jack Driscoll, another kind of finesse, kind of O lineman, athletic as hell. Austin Jackson, who was our power guy in this offense? Right? It was Robert Hunt. Correct?
Right.
Yep.
I think the Dolphins again have pinned a guy with the similar skill traits of Robert Hunt. I think the same build as Robert Hunt, and I think from the game standpoint, I think this guy I'm talking about would bring kind of like the same thing that Robert Hunt gave you. Robert Hunt was more of a power guy, could stand guys up, move people out the way if he needed to. The guy I'm talking about brings.
Well, that's kind of what you need out of a guard. You know what I mean? Like
1,000%.
And real quick though, I just want to give Kevin Lee a shout out with the $5 super chat, which I'm going to put you at $50 for timeouts this Friday. You have $50 credit, Kevin Lee. So remember that $50 credit for timeouts this Friday when we do our open panel. What's good, Shaken panel? Congratulations. I'm buying it. Preseason next Friday. Let's go. Hell fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
Congratulations, Kevin Lee.
Hey, we trying to sell something, but I don't know if we're going to buy it, huh, Lou? I don't know if Chris Greer's going to buy the groceries, dog.
Definitely, congratulations.
Hey, Lou, I want to ask you a question.
If it was me, I think if it was me, I think I would be willing to make that investment.
So what we talking about, Lou? Let's talk about compensation. Then we talking about a fifth conditional fourth. If they, I'm gonna be real. I'm okay. I'm that GM, Lou. You're Chris Greer. Hold on. Let's play this shit out. Lou calls me. He's Chris Greer. Hey, what's up, bro? Hey, listen, I feel you. I want a third. What you talking about, Chris?
I'm talking about a fifth, right, with a conditional fourth. If the guy plays every snap for us or 75% of the snaps for us, it can turn into a fourth. And I'll throw in this as the kicker, right? Look at the move that we made earlier today by waiving a defensive lineman and bringing in another wide receiver. Could a wide receiver be on the move in a package deal to send to a specific team in a trade?
I would say, yeah.
I think
we got enough of them.
I would be willing to give a fifth, conditional fourth, and let's say I'll throw out a name. Well, no, I'll just leave that. But I would say a fifth with a conditional.
I'll throw out the name. You want me to throw out the name? You want me to throw the name out?
Well, go ahead, Mo. I mean,
I'll throw Easy out there. I'll throw Easy out there to fish.
I didn't want to say his name, but that was the name I was.
Come on, bro. You don't think this conversation has happened before?
I'll throw Jeff Wilson out there too. It seems like they've been featuring him quite a bit in camp, putting the orange jersey on him twice. You know, back when he had it once back in early OTAs, and then he got it first day out of public camp. I don't know. Are they trying to showcase him, bro?
Yeah.
Maybe. Word on the street is Chris Brooks, kind of a physical. He's nice. He's been playing a little physical. Word on the street is Chris Brooks looks good.
Hey, I got another name I want to throw out there. Tua. He just got a team-friendly contract. No,
I'm gonna ask Lou a question.
Jake, stop it.
Hey, damn! I can't throw out names. God damn.
Guys, if you're talking about this guy and you can't reveal his name, that's fair. But throw out a name that is like equal to this dude that we all can know.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like, so we can at least know what we're giving a third or a fifth for. Like
Robert Hunt.
Okay.
Nah, I think Robert Hunt's better, bro. Fuck out of here. I think Robert Hunt's better.
Well, I'm just saying. Hey, listen, man. You know what? We can play the game, right? I'm not going to tell you if the quarterback is a starter or a backup or whatever, but there's a quarterback that plays in this league, right? That has the same last name as the guy I'm talking about.
Tannehill?
Nope.
Well, we already have a guy.
Hey, Lou. I'm that GM. Hold on. I'm that GM, and I counter your offer. Let me get that 5th round pick. And you know what? You want him so bad. Let me get OBJ since they're both 1-year contracts, 1 for 1.
I don't know if I pull that move. Nah.
No way.
Nah.
By the
No,
way,
hell no,
but
that's not. I'm
real
just
quick,
talking
Mo,
shit. I'm just trying to make it
we
hard. I'm just
already
trying
got
to.
a
I'm just
guy.
trying to come up with different scenarios and situations because that conversation,
Hey,
I'm gonna tell you, it's not gonna be one that's gonna have in a 20-minute conversation. This is gonna be a
Well,
back and forth situation.
we already got a guy that has the same last name as a quarterback. That's Driscoll.
mm-hmm.
I don't think Driscoll's playing in the league anymore, but yeah, we already got one of those guys.
Yeah, and again,
Hey,
I'm
hey,
not
Luke,
gonna say if the quarterback is a starter or not. I'm just saying that the guy I'm talking about has the last name of a quarterback that plays in the NFL. I'll just say that.
hey, Luke.
He looking like a
Also,
man.
It'll probably be Thompson.
Mhm.
Like that's so generic a name, bro. It could be anybody.
Go ahead,
He looking like a
Mr.
man.
Paul.
Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Sorry.
Mr. Paul.
this guy you talking about with the offensive uh, scheme that we have, can he develop maybe into a good player? I bet.
I think right now he's a good player. I do believe
Okay.
now. Again, I'm not.
He's serviceable, bro. He's good. He's not like,
Yeah, I haven't done complete research on him yet. Again, I just heard it this morning, and I got home a little bit ago. But just
Oh, okay.
looking
Gotcha.
into some things, and while getting through my day, again, the guy is young, and he has. It's not like he's a nobody in this league. He's been a legitimate starter for a team, and again, he's not the best, but he's not the worst neither. And to what we have now in the building, he's an upgrade, 1,000%.
Okay.
hey Lou, I'm gonna one up you, okay? I'm gonna get another hint. The starter, the starter. This person's name is basically it's gonna be a newer quarterback in the league. I would say, you know what I'm saying? Newer quarterback.
Yeah, this guy he starts with the letter in the alphabet.
Shit.
Am I? Is that too much, Lou? Is that too much?
No. But that just confirmed that me and you are definitely heard the same goddamn thing. That's
Hey,
that
bro,
confirmed.
listen, dog. I just don't. I don't be out in the streets no more, Lou. I don't be on these streets.
Ends in a number.
And
We got
Lou, I
quarterbacks.
swear to you,
Hold
Lou,
on. We
you
got
can confirm
quarterbacks
I haven't
named
talked
Smith.
to any individuals that you've talked to. Okay.
Wait a minute. That's not fair, Mo. We got quarterbacks in the league named Smith. I mean, that could be anybody, bro.
I just wanted to make sure I was more aligned with Lou, real quick. I just wanted to verify a couple things.
No doubt.
I just realized who you're talking about because I just looked up the quarterbacks list, and this quarterback is a newer quarterback. And yes, I don't know if it's the exact same name, but it's very, very similar.
What's going on, Tony? He wants to know who the people are with me. Yeah, there's some good people here. That's Crypto.
So when we get backstage, I'm going to say the name, and you guys tell me if I'm right.
All right. So anyway,
He's up here with the legend.
Let's do that because it is 10 till. I want to get comfortable. Like I said, here's the link. I am definitely going to show my support to Fin Saturday 5. And man, we have an open panel. Remember, open panel Friday. Everybody can get their shit off. And Saturday, Saturday night, we're going to I'm gonna Crypto Insomnia's top 10 list. Oh, and before I forget, on the West Coast Dolphin fans fan club, which happens at 8:45, I will be joining at 9 o'clock. Our own El Capitan is going to be a featured guest on Papa Paul's show.
Really?
Who?
Yeah.
Is that who hired him? Wow.
Yeah. The West Coast fan club, yeah.
Hey, Shake, before you end it, again,
hey, Lou, you think
I love you. I love you, Shake. I just wanted to say for the fans out there, you will not see me on Friday on the open panel. That shit is horrible. But I love you, Shake.
I love you too, man. Hey.
Except maybe at the
Lewis
very
is
beginning
running.
before it
Drew,
You'll be up before I open up the panel. Then you haul ass.
Right.
Do you think McDaniel is pushing for this trade?
That's hard for me to
McDaniel
say
needs to
right
stop
now.
tampering, man.
That's hard for me
Daniel's
to say right
probably
now.
be on the scenes like, hey, go get me some help. You know, McDaniel might be like, hey, go get me somebody, please.
Well, I think for me, listen, whether we pull off this trade or not, this is the last thing I'll say. I do think help one way or another will be all the other way, whether it's via trade or whether, again, teams are at 90 men right now. They got to get down to 53. There's going to be players available. Miami just got freed up some money with the Tua contract. Again, whether it's trade or through releases from other teams, help is on the way. God damn it! And I'll just leave it at that.
And before we go, Bob, you have any final thoughts, man? And come back more often, bro. Are you on Twitter or IG?
No, I'm on Twitter actually.
Yeah,
It's the
look
same
me up,
name.
Shake Money 78, and follow me, and that way I could send you the link directly next time.
Hey, one other question, Mo and Lou, is the guy's first name also a quarterback in the NFL?
Maybe. Maybe.
I think I got it. You guys got to
take care. All right.
To be honest,
all right. So
first name too.
Well, anyway, all right. Go ahead. Anybody else have any final thoughts? Because, like I said, Finsanity is going to be on in 10 minutes. I'm not missing this.
Fins up, everyone. Fins
Wait,
up.
you're Shake Money on Twitter?
Salute.
Shake Money 7. Yeah, Shake Money.
What channel she gonna be on, Shake?
Okay.
I missed it.
She's going to be on the Dolphins Talk.com.
Right. Dolphins Talk.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what Stephen D.
Olivia's network.
Yeah. Mike Oliva. Yeah, she's going to be Marissa Marino, which, by the way, both of them been in the blender. So, I'm waiting for you. I'm just saying.
Who?
Hey, fins up, and we'll see you Friday. Or peace.
Sure. Fins up.
That's Cat.